Being out of shape and unhealthy, it sucks. You can try to ignore it, but it always finds a way of reminding you. You see a photo and you don't recognize yourself, or you hesitate to take your shirt off when you're getting intimate. But it's fine, right? You hear the solution everywhere. Eat more protein. Just be consistent. Take these supplements. That's all you need. But have you ever wondered why these tips, they don't work for you? In this video, we'll dive into the top 3 mistakes guys make in their workouts and what to do instead, so you actually see results and get lean without the gym bro routine. Think everyone should see the same results from the same workout plan? That's the expectation illusion, and it's setting you up for disappointment. In fact, the data shows that genetic factors account for the majority of our response to training. So it's all about maximizing your own genetics.
Eat more protein. Just be consistent. Take these supplements. That's all you need.
Ignore that gym bro and listen to this. The current data shows that people following the exact same protocol will generally fall into 3 categories. One group, they get huge gains. Another group, they get some gains. And the one final group, they get nearly 0 gains. That's right, even following the exact same protocol. Some people get nearly absolutely 0 gains. No noticeable progress at all, even though they work just as hard as the people that gained a ton of muscle. The only difference is their genetics. Wild. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably not the person that gains muscle very easily. And you might feel super disheartened when you work your nuts off and see very little in return. But as we just discovered, fitness is not a one-size-fits-all. I mean, we even have the perfect example here on YouTube. Just look at Mr. Beast and Arak. They worked out for 600 days straight, with several different coaches and personal trainers over that 600 days, access to the best equipment that money can buy, and anything else they wanted at their fingertips. But not only did they have to extend their body transformation challenge by an entire year because they were so disappointed with their results, but even after doing a great job, they were so disappointed with their progress after 600 days, they both felt like their body transformation was a failure. But the reality is, their genetics are just like mine and yours. They're just normal guys. But our perceptions have all been warped because we are inundated on social media with the top 1% genetics guys every single day, making us, the 99% of normal guys, feel like the 1% and feel like we're the only ones that aren't super jacked and shredded all the time. But as soon as you step out into the real world, you see that's obviously not true. So instead of comparing yourself to others, understand that fitness progress is highly individual, and the key is to track your own improvements and set realistic, personalized goals to you. So let's break down how to get the best return on the genetic hand that you've been dealt. First off, people always underestimate their body fat percentage and overestimate their potential muscle gains. So let's start here. This is what real male body fat percentages look like. So screenshot this for reference. And don't guess your body fat percentage sat there with your shirt on right now. Take a shirtless photo of yourself on your phone and put it next to this photo. Then decide what your current body fat percentage is. And before you try and skip this and use a bioimpedance scale, forget about it. These scales, they just give you false, misleading readings. Now, to change your body fat percentage, we can focus on increasing your muscle mass, or we can focus on dropping your body fat, or we can do it with a combination of both, a recomp. In my experience, most people can easily recomp with the right training and nutrition protocol. But the caveat is, we will see much quicker, dramatic aesthetic changes by dropping your body fat, rather than trying to build a ton of muscle quickly. Just because muscle building takes a lot more time. However, we don't want to end up rail thin and tiny, because we didn't focus on building muscle at all. So let's be strategic with this recomp plan. Priority 1 of the recomp is body fat percentage drop by focusing on fat loss, not lean bulking or some other non-existent phenomenon because you're on special supplements. Let's just aim to diet down to 10 to 15% body fat, as most guys look great when they get to this range. And on the way down to this body fat percentage, priority 2 of the recomp comes in, building muscle in key aesthetic areas. Even though we have to work out your whole body to stay balanced, make sure to prioritize the muscle groups that you find are more aesthetically pleasing for your physique. Most of my clients, they like prioritizing their chest, their shoulders, and their arms. But you focus on whatever you prefer. Just know that even extremely poor responders to resistance training see better results with more volume. So basically, no matter your genetics, do more sets and more reps for your preferred body parts to get better results. But remember, you are not superhuman. You only have a limited capacity to recover. You can't just do 100 sets per muscle group per week and expect to grow like Chris Bumstead. So put that extra training volume in the areas that you want to prioritize the most. And if you're interested in getting lean without the gym bro routine, make sure to subscribe for more game-changing tips. So now you understand your genetic hand, but you know deep down you just can't stay consistent, or you struggle making working out part of your life long-term, forever telling yourself you'll be back on it next week. What do? Picture this. You're at the gym lifting weights, doing the same routine with slight variations over and over. It's repetitive, and soon you start making excuses. I just don't have time today. I'm too tired. I should probably rest. Screw it. I'll go tomorrow. Sound familiar? But in reality, you're not consistent because you're just bored. And that boredom is killing your progress. Because you skip one session, then another, and before you know it, you're just completely off track. You need to make your workouts something exciting and stimulating. Something that you actually look forward to. A unique challenge like this. Basically, you need a reason to work out today. That's more than just trying to add one more rep to your bench press. Woohoo. So, whereas on the gym bro side, you will commonly hear, stay hard, no excuses, discipline equals freedom. But man, that gets old fast. And it leads to burnout when you have a ton of other responsibilities. But burnout isn't generally when you reach a point that you can't recover from. Burnout is usually getting to a place where you can't motivate yourself to do it anymore. Because you just hate the process. And the thought of trudging through another mindless gym session to pick some heavy things up and put them down again, it feels like a giant waste of time for the results that you're seeing. In fact, just the thought of it makes you feel exhausted. The truth is, boredom is the silent killer of motivation. But there's a very simple way to beat this. Research from the Journal of Sports Science shows that just adding some variety to your routine will increase adherence up to 20% because it keeps the workouts mentally stimulating and physically challenging. And another study found that 50% of people quit their training program within 6 months due to boredom or lack of enjoyment. So workout boredom is not something to just ignore. And here's how we fix it. Micro workout challenges. Now, we just established that enjoying your workouts is crucial, but you also want results too. So we have to balance enjoyment with effective when programming these workouts. This does not mean a useless follow-along routine that ditches strength training in favor of burpees and jumping jacks. But it also doesn't have to be a monotonous gym bro chore either, wasting hours at the gym counting thousands of reps. For my clients, I design these micro workout challenges that progress in intensity over time. They're dynamic, engaging, and they keep you motivated. Because each workout is a unique, interesting challenge they haven't done before. And micro workouts can be stacked into your week to fit any schedule. So you easily fit fitness into your current life. You're not trying to fit your current life around a new fitness routine, which we both know will not work long term. So to do this effectively, take your personal total weekly training volume that is enough to stimulate change and divide it across the week into different workout challenges. And contrary to popular belief, enough training volume can be done in as little as 3 15-minute full body workouts per week. You just have to make sure you cover the 3 key principles: progressive overload, minimum effective volume, and proximity to muscular failure. Because when you have these 3 covered, you basically guarantee progress. And you can also be super creative with your workout challenges, so you don't get bored and you see real physique change. To make things super clear, here's a specific example. And if you're new here, my name is Tim. I'm a food scientist and personal trainer, now based in Austin, Texas, and I specialize in helping guys hit 10% body fat without letting fitness take over their life. To get you started, I've got 2 free guides: my rapid fat loss guide to carbohydrate cycling, and my 7 best micro workout challenges so you can get in shape from anywhere. Both are linked in the description below. But what if you've done your research and you've got a ton of info so you know what to do, but you're just not 100% sure exactly where to start? You get all pumped to start your new routine. You've spent hours crafting and researching the perfect plan. You need to do these specific exercises, you need to get these specific foods and supplements, you need to get up at this time on these days. Well then, life happens. You miss one thing out of your perfect formula, and your perfect plan, it falls apart. And now you're back to square one. Sound familiar again? Over preparation paralyzes people. They spend so much time procrastinating on finding the perfect plan that any slight deviation, it just throws them off track completely. The key is not having the perfect plan. In fact, a study from the University of Scranton found that only 8% of people achieve their New Year's fitness resolution because they set these overly rigid plans that don't adapt to real life situations. So even at New Year, when people plan the most, very few people actually achieve something. I remember a client who every time he was supposed to work out would message me in the morning saying things like, "What do I do if my initial reps are less than last week? I'm not sure if I have the same energy as last week. Should I keep my heart rate below 70% of my heart rate max?" Dude, just go and get started. I often jokingly criticize the gym bros, but on the flip side, there are just as many people who watch countless videos on YouTube without ever taking any proper action because they're too busy trying to create the perfect plan. You got to actually do it. But I get that when you're busy, you want to make sure that you actually get results from your efforts. So start here and remove these 3 critical barriers. 1. Remove the barrier of always needing to go to the gym. Know that you can get an effective workout at home with 0 equipment. 2. Remove the barrier of needing lots of time. Know that you can get an effective workout in just 15 minutes, straight out of bed in the morning with enough intensity. 3. Remove the barrier of needing a pre-workout or thinking you need lots of energy. Know that you can get an effective workout in fasted with zero food and very little perceived energy. Because guess what? I bet you've got at least a little bit of body fat energy sat right here. So let's go to the extreme with an example. Then you'll know how to execute these things properly and get it done anytime, any place. So you're fasted with no food, in a hotel room because you're traveling for work, after a red-eye flight so you're knackered, and you have to work out with just your body weight, with only 15 minutes before checkout. So this is what you're going to do. Step 1, managing your energy. The hardest part here is navigating fatigue, especially since we know we need to push close to muscular failure to get an effective workout. So with this in mind, we won't use reps as a target for this workout. Instead, we'll time your sets and put you on autopilot, because that devil on your shoulder telling you you're tired is going to be super loud today, trying to force you to stop. Step 2, the setup. We're going to keep it super simple to remove overwhelm in this stressed state. Pick just 3 exercises to cover your full body: an upper body push, an upper body pull, and a lower body movement. Then you're going to perform 45 seconds of each exercise with 15 seconds rest in between for 15 minutes non-stop. So we hit all our parameters for an effective workout. Plus, you'll quickly see that this extended time under tension and non-stop peripheral heart training not only gives you a full body workout, but it gets your heart racing too for some endurance gains. And this is at the extreme end of having very few options. So when you've done this a few times, you really lay down that path in your brain that reminds you can get an effective workout in any time, any place. So like Mark Twain said, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So less perfect planning and more action. And for more coaching tips, watch my video here.